Hi, this is Sandy with needsaribbon.com and bringing you the best Stampin' Up! Products and best paper crafting products that are out there. And we are live at 5 this Wednesday, and I'm seeing some dark shadows. Okay, again with the lighting. I don't know. Well, you can see the middle here pretty good. Okay, what I want to show you today is something that last Friday, Saturday, I had an open house, a holiday open house, just a casual get together, no class, no nothing like that. And I had 2 optional make and take projects. And they were very simple items that could be used as a gift tag or an ornament or just whatever you want. So I wanted to show you those today to see how easy. They do not have to be complicated. Nothing ever needs to be complicated when it comes to paper crafting. There's always ways to make it simpler, make it easier, and there's always ways to make it harder, to res it up, to step it up. There's always ways, and I try and show you kind of the middle of the ground. That has always been my goal in the 12 years I've been doing this, is to kind of hit the middle of the ground. You know, you can keep it simpler. Sorry, you can. I finally got my fake fingernails off, but I still have some cleanup work. The things you notice when you're on camera. Keeping it real. Anyway, so there's always ways to make it simpler and ways to step it up. And again, I try and hit kind of the middle of the ground. And those that are advanced crafters will look at something that I make and probably can see ways to step it up, and I try and show ways to keep it simpler. Anyway, moving on. So we made these little gift tag, ornaments, whatever, whatever you want to call them. And I'll show them to you. So one of them, and I don't have all the products. I can certainly get them. I'm not going to remember all the names. But here's one of them. They're little, like I said, you could hang that on your tree. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want it as a gift tag, you could stamp the "to from" on the back side. You could stamp, there are ways. Ooh, that one's not. Well, let's change that right off the bat. So these are some of them, and I wanted to show the projects, show you how to put it together. And here was the other one. And I went ahead and I did not finish putting bows on it, but the extra supplies I made for our own family to use after class was over. And here's the other one. And this is using Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp set and the Cookie Cutter punch. And I'll show you that stuff in a minute. And again, it would be very easy to put a "to from" or just right on the back. I mean, if it's a package tag, who cares? And that. And again, ways you could simplify that is just punch this out and put it on a plain, punched out circle. We use one of our circles, like our 2.5 inch circle punch. Don't have to make it any more difficult than that. Don't even have to color it in if you want. Again, there are ways. And using this, put a little ribbon on it, which just does add a little something, and I'll show you why. Because I made up the rest of ours for our family, and I didn't put the ribbons on yet. And it really does add a little kind of a finish. So I recommend the ribbon. Again, one of the things you can leave off if you're a simple stamper. And one of the ways you could step it up, and obviously there are more ways you could step it up. So let's get started. Yeah, you can see this giant bowl full of tags. Either we are having a really prolific Christmas with a lot of gifts, or I just made way too many tags. We'll see when we start wrapping gifts. But I just went nuts and made them all up with all my extra supplies. Because I thought, can use them next year. So anyway, let's grab one. So for the Let It Snow one, or here, let me grab all of them. I used the Merry Little Labels stamp set, which coordinates with our test time. This punch, it needs a name. I can't remember what this punch's name is. Oh my goodness, it's not Modern Label. Maybe it's just called Label Punch? I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. Anyway, but it's with this punch. And here is my tip for you. There are 2 stamp sets currently that go with this punch. And this punch, we have learned, is carrying over. It was in the fall holiday catalog, and it is carrying over starting January 1. I can't remember which stamp sets they said are carrying over. I'm going to guess not Merry Little Labels, because that is all Christmas. And then we have Labels to Love, which has a Christmas, a Halloween, a blank one. Ho, 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 Christmassy. Just a basic 2 from, some very basic all season. And these don't have to be used as tags. They can certainly be an accent or a greeting on a card. You could use it on a scrapbook page, on a gift. There's a lot of things you could do with this. But I wanted to point out one thing that I noticed between the 2 of them. Can you spot it? Okay, time's up. These are oriented portrait. These are oriented landscape, or horizontal and vertical. And that has tripped me up a couple times when I've gone stamping. So, but the punch is landscape or horizontal. So when you go to stamp, whichever one you're using, make sure, I need a stamp. We'll just go with that one. Again, I've gotten tripped up by this, and not that scrap white paper is a big deal, but it's just kind of annoying, like if you're in a hurry. Here we go. Gathering my supplies off to the side. And I am going to use archival Stampin' Up! Ink today, because on the other tag we do a little coloring, and this is a more permanent ink, and I don't want it to bleed. We have the Memento ink. Should probably be fine too. I mean, both of them would be fine with our markers, but okay. So let's stamp in our cramped space today. Just make sure you do all of it. That is not a firm surface. Yep. Well, heck. What you can't see off camera is that I have a giant, I work on a 4x6, our old oak kitchen table, and I have a giant organizational project going on, and I will share that when I get it done, but right now most of my table is unusable. So make sure you turn your stamp sideways, and let's do one from the Labels to Love, which are all, well, mostly oriented horizontal or landscape anyway. Let's do oh, I've not used this one. Anyway, apparently I haven't put this one all together. And just make sure that your image is turned this way, because moving, your punch goes sideways. So I kind of want that down at the bottom. So just make sure you turn it sideways, that everything is this way because of your punch. If you're going to punch it out, if you're not going to punch it out, knock yourself out. It doesn't matter how you orient it on your paper, but just make sure that your punch, that if you're going to punch it out, that you have access to get your punch in there, if that makes any sense at all. Or am I just rambling on? Okay, so one thing I noticed, I know the other ladies when they came for my class, but I did not do it on my own. is I went, and this is stepping it up a little bit. Again, not mandatory, but it is certainly stepping it up. I went and used our clear Wink of Stella. They went in. I did it on my other one. And just popped in a little shimmer on the tag. And some of the gals got kind of fancy on me, which is cool. I love it when, so you can just, I'll just dabble like the softly falling snow on the tree. Maybe hit a couple of the stars in the sky. I suppose we could even put a little shimmer on top of Rudolph there. But you see, it just kind of adds a little dimension. Well, it's not showing up as well. It adds a little dimension. And I don't know what I'd do on that one, but you get the idea. So it's another way to kind of step it up. And again, you could do this and leave the bow off. Be simple enough. So to get the layering on this, I've already used up all my designer series paper. The paper was Merry Patterns, I think it's called, from the holiday catalog. It's the one with the green, the old olive and black buffalo plaid paper in it. But I used the lots of labels framelits in 2 different sizes. And I'll just show them to you real quick. Sometimes I think I forget to show you some of the stuff. So this is the one that I used for the, here, let's get a sample in here again. For the designer series paper label. And then this one cut out the cardstock. So just thought I'd show you that. That's how I got that. Easy peasy. Really easy to crank out on your big shot a bunch of those if you need packages or just some cute little handmade gift. Make some for a teacher. That'd be a great thank you gift or Christmas gift or something this holiday season. So that was one of the projects. The other project was using our, putting this aside, I have you can't see it. I have the towers from heck all around me. If I shake the table, I think everything is going to go sliding off. It's kind of funny. So I used Cookie Cutter Christmas for this other one. And I have a piece of scratch paper here. And that coordinates with the Cookie Cutter punch. And again, lesson learned. The punch orients this way. So here, let's stamp one real quick. You know, this is why I give tips. Ooh. Okay, closing my ink pad. Here's the thing. Little Rudolph here, he's upside down in the punch. So I went and stamped him the wrong way on the paper to have access to him. You want to make sure when you line him up to get him at the edge of your paper, that he goes like that and not like that like I did. I had to do a lot of, when I punched him out, I did a bunch of them. I had to cut in to get the punch in there. So make sure he orients the same way as the rest of the crew. So that's a little tip learned from me. And I realized this stamp set came out a year ago, but I didn't get a chance to use it last year. And here's another tip. If you're going to color them in, I have my handy dandy markers here. I won't bore you and color the whole thing in. I'll just grab a real red and color in Santa's suit. It's much easier. So stamp first, color if you're going to color. And I tried him in Cherry Cobbler, and I didn't like the look. I mean, he's kind of a very traditional, I hate to say cartoony looking Santa, so the real red goes better. The Cherry Cobbler, just I didn't like it as well. But that was me. I mean, you could color them in blue or purple. That's your color scheme. But color them first because, and I'll show you why. So line them up. And here, this is just a scrap one anyway, so I don't care if I've lost part of his mitten. I'll show you why. It's a little harder to now manage this little piece of paper. I found it was easier. I've always found it was easier to color first and then punch if you're going to punch out. So do some of your work before you punch out your images. Blah, blah, blah. You get what I mean. And now, give me a minute to clean up my flying stuff. So yeah, the cookie cutter stuff. Again, these are very quick and easy. So that's all I wanted to show you today was, and I have some other things too. This is quick and easy tags, ornaments, whatever you want to call them, gifts. And on this, I showed you the one with and then without the ribbon, and it really does finish it off nicely. Just gives it a little polish. But this black shimmer ribbon, let's see if we can get it. It just has a subtle shimmer. It's gorgeous. We have it in Calypso Coral, Blue Party, the black, and one other color. It is in the annual catalog and it's gorgeous. So that'll add a little pop to your seasonal projects. And then on this one, I use some of our super thin, I think they call it taffeta. Doesn't, so no, sheer ribbon. This super sheer, and it is slightly sheer. It's not going to show up on camera that way, but it isn't as thick, and it's really easy to tie because it is a thinner ribbon and because it's skinny. So if you have a lot and you're somewhat challenged tying bows, I recommend stick with the thinner, skinnier ribbon always. Little tip. Because again, this one, really thick, substantial ribbon. I tried tying this in a bow on here. No. It was kind of a challenge. So we just went with knots. Still looks polished and finished. Okay, so that's it on the tags. My little tips to you. Lessons learned from Sandy. Next, last night, this has been a 6-month, we'll call it a 6-month stamping goal. Hashtag. I have wanted to make up some pet birthday and grievance sympathy cards for a long time, for 6 months. I've had a lot of friends who have lost their pets recently, including a friend last night. And it's just, you can send a human one, but it's just something that I feel is, we have the Bella and Friends dog. Where's my dog ones? I took a pack of note cards, which is 20 note cards, and divided it because they're easy to work with. The envelope's already there. They're 3.5 by 5, I believe. Is that right? Yep, 3.5 by 5. So you can mail them. It just makes it really easy. I wasn't going to add layers. I wanted to keep it super simple. The dog one is Bella and Friends. The cat one that we have is Pretty Kitty. The dog one was created, I've forgotten her name, but she hit her $1 million mark, and that was the stamp set she got to design. But here's what I did. I just used, and I didn't even grab those. It was just an afterthought to show you. This is Bella and Friends, the little dog. And again, keeping it super simple, I used the greetings that were in the stamp set. I stamped the image, and I watercolored them. I'm just going to go through them real quick. They aren't perfect. They're pretty cute, though. That kind of made me think of like yellow labs for someone who has a yellow lab. Oh. So, again, now I have some to send out. And then the Pretty Kitty. Again, I kept them really simple, but they're cute. They don't have to be complicated to be cute and to be appreciated. And who doesn't appreciate a handmade card? She reminds me of Marie from Aristocats, if you've seen that. I love Marie. I have a Marie Disney Mickey Mouse ears hat. Yeah, Marie. So I've got some work writing those up, but I just thought I'd show you, you know, there are easy ways to do that. And the watercoloring was a little slow, not real. I got distracted because I was helping my son with homework at the time too. Again, you can just do less colors or just use 1 or 2 colors. That would speed it up if you want to simplify it. You want to step it up more, add some layers onto your card, but again, I kind of feel I went with the middle of the road way to do it. My whole goal was just to get them done. I got 20 cards done with the stamping, with all the interruptions and all the coloring, probably 2 hours. So 10 cards an hour, that's not a bad ratio. And they're all individual. I don't know if you noticed, no 2 are the same. If I'd done them all the same, again, that would have been super quick. You could just, you know, scribble the, you know, color the yellow in on all of them, color the blue in on all of them, and you could really speed up your time that way. Anyway, a little tip. And then one of the last things I want to share with you, 3 more of the Stampin' Blends swaps that I got from On Stage that I didn't share. This one is from Lisa Schultz, using our, I think the stamp's called Butterfly Basics. It's been around a couple years. It's a gorgeous stamp set, and I hope they keep it around. This one is from Linda Coleman. I love how she kind of stamped in the corners. And this is from Denise Wilson. Now you see how with the alcohol-based Stampin' Blends, how you can get such a rich color. So I wanted to show you, those are the last 3 of that. Sorry about the noise. Remind you of our year-end sales event. Many items retiring out of our, sorry, I've got piles everywhere, of our holiday catalog. And while supplies last, and they mean that, when they're gone, they're gone. I placed an order for the, I'll show you. 2217 is it on? Nope, not 17. Ha, ha, ha. I thought I was so good with my page numbers. Hold on, bear with me. I'll find it. Page 24? Nope, or way past that. Nope, not that. I've lost it. Ha 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 ha, this is funny. Bear with me. But this is it. Page 32. Wow, I was way off, not page 17. For this ornament kit, and I've talked about this before, and I'll keep talking about it until the kit is gone. It is on the retiring list, and when the supplies are gone, is these adorable rosettes. They're white with gold, or polka dots or gold edge. You don't have to do all that Christmas stuff. You can use these, and I plan on making Valentine ones and some other stuff. Again, great. I saw that someone had taken one of these and they cut off the string because they're so easy to put together. It just comes with a little bit of glue and they're together, and had just framed it, had finished it off and then just framed it. I mean, so much you can do with that, you know, and it comes with these adorable gold doilies. You know, you can use these other supplies for something else. The ribbon doesn't have to be about Christmas. Anyway, I ordered that. But yeah, so the year-end sales event, when the stuff's gone, it's gone. You're done. So get it while you can. And I have the list. The list, best to go to stampinup.com to get inventory. I would have to update that list constantly on my website. Not worth my time, not worth anyone's time, but Stampin' Up does. And don't forget to visit needsaribbon.com for more information on everything. And I fully acknowledge that I am behind on getting my videos and all my tips posted. I'm working on getting that up to date this week. I'm hoping to have it. Oh, one more thing. Through December 12th, from me, you get a free gift with purchase. You get 10 gift tags and 4 gift card holders. For every $50 in merchandise you order, it's just a Christmas gift from me. No limit. You order $200, you get four complete sets, so 40 gift tags and 16 gift card holders. And I just thought I'd show them to you real quick. Again. And then you can slip your gift card in there and write a message. So you get 4 of those in different patterns using the Around the World Christmas paper. I have the belly band off that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then 10 identical gift tags. Just a gift from me, and the envelopes too for your gift. So anyway, wow, I had a lot to share. I didn't think I had much today. Apparently I did, because I've way extended. I try and keep these 15 to 18 minutes, and I'm looking at my clock going, wow, Sandy, you blew right by that. So be sure and like this video and subscribe to, and like my channel. So it will encourage me to make more of these. And visit needsribbon.com. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.